edition of Muppet News. This afternoon we'll talk about the craziest news.
Stay with us. The president pledged that the government will strengthen Mexico public teacher, trying to college entry for evaluation won't be vital. Also, the government doesn't intend to do away with it completely. Evaluation isn't essential for us because if the teachers trying college are strengthened, teachers are going to live well prepared to carry out their educational work, López Obrador said. Compulsory evaluations introduced by the previous federal government as part of its 2013 education reform were condemned by the Senate Teachers Union, which has held countless protests to demonstrate its opposition. However, as the 2013 education reform required change to the Constitution, the President needs the support of two-thirds of Congress in order to repeal it and pass his government's plan. Most of the union opposition of the education reform comes from the state of Oaxaca, where most of the membership is based. The Section 22 local has a long story of often violent protests and it quarrels with different governments. Over the years have been more about political difference than education.
Volcano situation is not an emergency, but activity and honor civil protection. Also, federal officials raised the volcano alert from Popocatépetl to Yellow Phase 3 yesterday. The Civil Protection Agency says the situation cannot be considered as an emergency. However, vigilance is called for because the volcano's recent activity is described as atypical, said the agency chief, David Leon Romero. Between 1986 and 2098, 86 domes have formed atop volcano's crater. He said, explained that the domes made of volcanic material are like plaques. They contain the volcano's internal pressure until an explosion breaks them out. Days later, a new dome is formed. Yellow phase 3 alert in the highest warming level before the red phase, in which people living near to the volcano are advised to be ready to evacuate. Around 275 million people live within a 13-kilometer radius of Popocatépetl.
The China-New Zealand relationship is one of that ardent predecessors have taken care to foster. Key visited the country 6 times during his 8 years as leader. Under Prime Minister Helen Clark, New Zealand in 2008 became the first developed country to sign a free trade agreement with China. Today, China is New Zealand's largest trading partner. Two-way trade between the countries was valued at more than 19 billion, 28 billion New Zealand dollars in 2018. According to New Zealand Foreign Affairs and Trade, China is also New Zealand's second largest tourist market and largest source of international students. Tension with Beijing reached a new level in 2018 when New Zealand's government communication security bureau blocked Chinese technology company Huawei from providing 5G technology to one of the country's major telecommunication company, Spark. The EU has been putting pressure on its allies and diplomatic partners to ditch Huawei over security concerns, a move which has been regularly condemned by Beijing. Speaking to CNN in February, Andrew Campbell, a spokesman from Adair, said that the relationship had suffered some irritations because the GCHBC's decisions regarding Huawei. When asked whether Huawei will be the agenda this weekend, Chinese Foreign Ministry spokesman Jen Shuang invaded the question.
The president of the Venezuelan National Assembly, Juan Guaido, has claimed victory after the International Federation of Red Cross and Red Crescent Societies announced Friday it will have unhindered access to bring aid into the struggling country. Guaido called the announcement a defeat of embattled President Nicolas Maduro and his government. Guaido vowed his movement will continue while Maduro remains in power. The Red Cross will have the legal and technical conditions to start humanitarian aid deliveries to Venezuela within a month, Red Cross President Francisco Roca told reporters in Caracas. Roca said that the goal of the Red Cross is to start delivering aid to 615 million people within 20 days, and stressed that the delivery aid will be a technical operation, not a political one. The Red Cross is open to accepting aid from various countries and donors as long to use donation meet to change to charity stands of impunity and neutrality, he said. Now we are with our partner in the other case of the studio, and he will tell you the news for entertainment.
And now, the sports.
Hello and good night. My name is Joan, and today we're going to talk about notice of sports. The unpredictable start to the Formula E season continued in Sanya at the sixth race brought a six different winner. Defending champion Jan-Erik Vergne not only picked up his first victory of the season, but also ended his three-race run of failing to score any points. The all-electric race championship was visiting the South China City for the first time, and there was no shortage of drama with Sam Bird and Stoffel Van Dam being forced to retire from proceedings in the opening stage. Rocky Oliver Rowland has qualified in pole position, and like Vergne, the Nissan E-Dams driver was searching to change luckless run from having last scored points at the season opener in Saudi Arabia. The words poured out in emotional fashion as Bryony Forrest became the first female jockey to win a top-flight race on an inspirational day at the Gentleman Festival. The 23-year-old was roared home by an ecstatic crowd to win the great first Ryanair chase on board the Paul Nichols trained Frodon to secure her place in record books. The pair's stunning triumph sparked a remarkable hour racing, which also yielded victory for blind owner Andrew G. Mills, Paisley Park, and saw Lacey Kelly clinch a double for female jockeys. "He's a Pegasus! He's got wings!" said an overjoyed Frost to ITV Racing at the finish line. "Most horses would kid, but he grabbed me by the hands and said, "Don't you dare give up. Don't you dare, don't not send into the last. I want this more than you. Now come on, where are you? Just look at what he's done here. Denied that he just loved racing. He's unbelievable. I love you." Frost added, "He just made the dream come true. It's just incredible. He will deserve every single high five, pat, and carrot."
Okay, friends, this has been all for today.
But remember to see us the next week with more crazy news on this channel with your favorite puppets. Bye!
See you.
Don't forget to